Test, test. Okay. I think we're streaming now. Looks like I need a haircut too. See if we have audio working now. I don't hear anything. Oh, I'm watching myself look for look for this on the delayed stream. Okay, we're working. Awesome. So today, good morning or good afternoon. It's Sunday here in New Hampshire, the 15th of January. And I'm doing some graphic design updates for a patron on Patreon who would like to have a modified version of an existing form that I've made. So I copied and pasted his note here. I guess this is it. So he says, I'm playing with the task order up index cards right now, and it seems like a pretty good fit for David Allen's GTD methodology because it tracks desired outcome as task deliverable and next actions. I am printing up the one-up versions directly on the index cards. Oh. Running into a printer limitation. Can't print up right up to the edge of a page. Yeah, that's pretty typical. So in the 3x5 one-up version, how complicated would it be to bring the content in 1/5 of an inch and put a thin border around it? And maybe incorporate the effort x total done widget that you use at the end of each line on the task progress tracker. Well, Doug, let's find out. So, like in the rest of the email correspondence, I suggested not putting a thin border around it because that will just accentuate how off the printer alignment is. Try to avoid extra lines when possible. Anyway, current design. So I guess we'll see. Let me dig up those files if I can find them. I should be able to find them. Move this camera in a bit. Exciting. My cousin was saying that this side view is kind of exciting looking for some reason. It looks like stuff is happening. All right, so let me close a bunch of stuff, and blah. I guess I need to find the file. Task order up. That was last updated in 2006, I think. Last time I looked at it. Task order up. 3x5 version. It looks like I updated them more recently. There was a 2011 update. Okay, these aren't as old as I thought. But which 3x5? I guess we'll go with the 3x5. He's doing the one-ups. So we'll need the task order up. I guess we'll do black and white and test. Let's confirm that the design works in black and white first. So I'll make a copy of this here. And we'll call this the task order up 3x5 BW Patreon 2017. And I also need a task order up. I mean, not task progress tracker. You want the to done thing. I'm not even sure what the widget looks like. Is it? Take a look at this. Oh, this thing. No, this is even using the old font. All right. This is the one of the oldest designs. I guess they haven't updated this in a while. I could have sworn there was a more recent version of this that I worked on, though. Task order up standard. This is from 2010. These are all 2011. There is a newer version of this. It was in part of a challenge I did. Where is the challenges folder? Challenges. This is when I was doing design challenges. Or like trying to do a product a day for a month. It's starting to task project tracker update. I should really move these back. Also move these to the all projects folder. Well, we'll just make a new one, I think. It shouldn't be that hard to draw. Effort X total done. Still consolidating all the various folders. This folder here is where I've been trying to keep everything in one place. And, the design work on this from the past 12 years. Standard C1. Okay, this is a newer version, I think. I'll grab a copy of this. So task order up USC1. USC1. I guess we'll get the black and white one. Copy this over here. And we'll call this TPT01 standard USBW Patreon 2017. And let's make a folder for this, and we'll call this 01 Patreon 1. This is like a request reward, let's call it. And I need a new folder for this. I guess we'll put it in here. Patreon reward projects. Alright, so now that I have these source files to work from, I don't have to worry about opening them and then accidentally saving on top of them. So let's take a look at this task order up. And hopefully it will open in my current version of Illustrator CC. Check something over this side. See, make sure that's still working. That seems to be working. And alright, so here's the black and white one. We need to bring this in by 1/5 of an inch. And at the end, we want to add the task order up stuff, or the task progress tracker stuff. Let's open up that file too. Illustrator's not obeying the full screen desktop mode of Macintosh. What if Microsoft really will buy them? I'm thinking I may have to switch to that other design program that's coming up. They've released a Windows version. I won't have to feel locked into Adobe's $50 a month fee. Although it's totally worth it, I think. It's just that there are issues I have with Illustrator. I guess I've gotten used to them, though. I think this is... I don't like the implementation of the library that they have. I don't know what's up with this. So we have these elements. I put this in the wireframe view and see what we got here. It looks like I grouped these, or... What is that? What is this red thing? Is this locked? Or is it looks like there's some stuff that's locked on this layer. What is this red thing? That's what I want to know. Is there anything locked on this layer? I wonder if this will actually show me. It's too small to see anything. Then we got this. Those are individual groups. I wonder if there's a guide layer. And the thing that's suspicious about it is... I think that is a guide layer. Let me see if I hide the guides. Let's hide guides as option in this. Oh yeah, okay, that's a guide layer. That's why I can't move it. Alright. So that was just for me to do the bleed stuff. So if I unlock the guides, I should be able to resize this. Okay. Hiding the guide. How come I can't select it? Usually I put them on a different, its own guide layer. But I wonder if this is such an older version. Of, I can't select it for some reason. View guides. If I clear them, will they go away? Oh, what the heck is this thing? What is that? When I hide stuff, they go away. It doesn't seem to think it's a guide. If I clear the guides, it doesn't go away. I would have thought it was a guide layer. And it's red. I'm going to guess this is an incompatibility from an old version of... Maybe it's a bounding box. No. I'm guessing it's an incompatibility between this version of Illustrator and whatever version of Illustrator I made. Which is slightly annoying. So maybe what we'll do is this. We need to make we'll make a new document and we'll update this whole thing. So here's a new document window. This is new. What is this? This is print. This is the Lance 6972. By this. So I don't know what's up with Adobe's UI designers. I guess this is their templates. And it's telling you what the size is. It does telling you the orientation with this. But I'm looking at this expecting it to show me the aspect. But it's just putting a generic icon in there just to fill the space, I think. Maybe if it gets saved, it actually shows you. That's dumb. It doesn't actually matter, I think. So we'll go to here, we'll go to file, document setups, and we'll set a 3x5 layout. Because I want to get rid of that line. We're not going to have any bleed on this. We will use inches. And let's see. I guess we'll edit the artboard itself. And I should be able to set the width and height here. We want 3x5, or 3 times 5 rather. 3, 5. And we want an inset, but I won't do it here. No, I just screwed it up. Let's locate this at 0, 0, 3x5. Alright. Okay, so there's our template. It should be 3x5. Let's copy all this stuff over. And is this right? I just centered it. So okay. So the reason why these are going to the edge is because these are bleed. This was designed to be printed on 1-up, and then you would trim it. In fact, I think the 1-up probably had. Let me just confirm this. The 1-up should have had the bleed marks in it. Just to make sure. Actually, I'm just curious. Curious if I messed that up or not in 2011. So here's a 1-up. Did I include the bleed marks on it? Maybe I didn't. No, I guess if you printed it, you would have had the option of, in paper handling, document and markup. Where's the markup option? Paper, poster, custom, booklet, Page setup size. Where is the? There's an option for maybe you can't do it actually from Acrobat. There is an option to print the crop marks, but I'm guessing that does come right out of. That would have to be exported from Illustrator. I'm surprised I didn't do that though. What's happening here? It should be in the actual design. I guess I'll fix that. Output, simulate overprinting, screening, marks and bleeds. Well, here I should be able to like select that, but I'm not getting the option here for some reason. Oh, probably because it has no idea what the size of this actually is. Alright. Anyway. We are going to update this design. And we are going to bring this in by 1/5. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to make a guide layer that works. And we're going to make a rectangle. And that is 3 inches wide by 5 inches high. And we are going to not fill it. And we're going to choose the stroke so it is on the outside. So, and then when we make this dimension exact, it should be fine. So we're going to bring it in 1/5 of an inch on each side. So that means we want, unlock the link here. So 3 inches minus 2/5. I think one nice thing about Illustrator is you can actually do math inside their dialog boxes. So if you look over here, I'm actually going to be typing in some math in there. So I think it might even, I'll be amazed if it understands this. Nope. Let's just do minus 1/5. Will it understand this? Nope. So what's 1/5 in decimals? For some reason I thought I could do that before. 1 divided by 5 is 0.2, so we want to subtract 0.4. 0.4 inches. I want to make sure it's centered. Actually, it doesn't matter. So now it's 2.6 inches wide, and we want to do the same on this, minus 0.4 inches. And this now is how far we need to bring it in. That might be a little difficult. I also want to center this to the artboard, so align to artboard, align. This is now on that layer. There was a way to convert this into a guide. How did I do that again? Was it under... I think I can specify this as a guide layer somehow. Toggle visibility, command click to view toggle view mode. There's a way of doing this. Option, outline, or I could just lock it and create it. Editable when blank. There's properties you can set for these. Now here we go. So we're going to call this guides. We want to lock it. This is not a printable. A non-printable layer. Guess we can make it a template. Although it seems to have turned black. Unless I didn't put it in the actual layer. No, it's still there. Why is it turning black? So unlock this. And what we'll do is we'll make this super thick. Super thick. What's going on? 20. And that will be our outside area. And we'll also give this a bit of transparency. Yeah, so this is our mask area. And now that when we lock it, we will know we need to work inside of this. And we need to make this exactly... We need to make this exactly... well, let's just see if we can wedge it all in. Well, it looks like we may not be able to retain the actual size of it. I probably should print this out and just see how big it is. I don't want to shrink it too much. Well, Doug is going to get his $25 worth. The cheese ball way to do this would just be to shrink everything down so it fits. But these sizes are already so small that I don't think it would be usable. So let me just print out one of these to my printer downstairs. I wish I could print the markup. I guess the way to do that would maybe instead of printing this document, I should print. Am I editing the wrong one? No, it's just slow. If I print from here, I should get the options of doing the output marks and bleeds. Oh, printer's marks. There we go. And it's going to my LaserJet printer downstairs. And so let's just see what that looks like in a few seconds. I'm going to give it some time to warm up. Printer hasn't been running. Oh, I hear it. I hear it going. I'll be right back. I'll go downstairs and get that printout. I'm assuming you can still hear me. This wireless microphone. Hopefully it hasn't jammed. Yeah, it's a mess down here. Yeah, this is tiny. Oops, the cat ran away. Okay, let's take a look at this. Let me switch to my auxiliary camera view. And so here's what we're looking at. So these are the cut marks. This is already pretty small. Here's an index card, but this is designed to print on an index card. You can see it just about covers it. There's the cut marks here and there. Yeah, I don't want to... if I shrank this down, it would be pretty unusable. Nice. I could probably shrink these up here. The Monday AM PM indicators. I'm not sure how usable those really were anyway. Yeah. They're also a weird size. Okay, so what we'll do is let's make some type adjustments here. This is the wrong one. This is the one we want to work on. Let me save this file first. And where was I keeping these? Recent folders, Patreon rewards. And this is a new version of it, so we're going to call this TO3. And it looks good to me. Did we pause? All right. So let's see. I'm noticing that these are different size. This is what size? This is 7 point. And these are 8 point. Let's knock all of these down. One thing I'm going to do is convert these to... If I could shrink these down by maybe... make sure that I don't want the scale strokes. Scale corners, scale stroke. Okay, that's good. This should be aligned. These should all be aligned in the same thing. Oops. I guess that's not part of it. This and this. These should all be aligned to that. Aligned to, aligned to key object. Let's make this 7 point. That still seems pretty readable. We want to do this same thing here. Let's go to direct selection mode by pinning the A key. Let's drop this down to 7 point. Likewise for these. That's interesting. Those are already 6 point. Maybe we can drop them down to 5. 5 point is hard to render for a lot of printers. It's really on the edge on this one too, so I don't think I can drop that anymore already. But we can maybe make an optimization by... Actually, like, since I made this, I actually bought the extra condensed font. So I can get maybe some room back that way. So that shrank that down, and we can now compress this all in a bit. Let's undo that. And how far can we get it down? Let's see. Grab this. Maybe we can move it in like about... How much? I'm just trying to make this as compact as possible right now. Or I guess another way of doing it. This might be better. Is let's just... What I'm going to do is I'm going to monkey scale all these in. Why can't I select that? Group that. These are all groups still? Or am I in... None of these are grouped. Anyway, I'm going to monkey scale this in, and that'll give me an idea of how much scaling I can do. And I'll just adjust everything afterwards. So I'm moving this in 1/5, approximately. And this is scaled to type 2, which is a big no-no. Did it scale to type? Let me see if it is. Maybe it doesn't. Yeah, it's scaling to type. Evil. And I need to unscale that now. I should be able to reset this transform. Transform reset. Is there a reset? No reset? How do I undo its transform? I could have sworn you could do that. Maybe that's an InDesign feature. I don't want to reset the bounding box because that's... Let's see. Maybe what we'll do instead is make a copy of this. Rather, let me cut that. Let me make a new layer. Let me paste this into the layer. And this will be our garbage one. So, oops, it seems to have included some of the other... Or that's a bug, I think. There's so many bugs in this program. Now it's stuck selected. Why is the selection stuck? This is where I save it and restart Illustrator. That's the original one. Don't save that. Clear the clipboard. Okay, let's go back to find our project page. It's here. This new one is this. And now it seems like we've no longer have that issue. Copy. Paste in place. I said copy, paste in place. Now that's not working. Okay, there's a selection. I should be able to select that. Don't want that top part. Copy. Select layer. Am I getting these commands mixed up again? Paste in place is what? Oh, it's command, and this is not control command F, it's command shift V. And it didn't actually do anything. What is with this program? Cut. No, that is working. What is F? Paste in front. Oh, maybe it's because paste in front. That time it worked. Well, I don't know. Don't know what's wrong with this program. So what I was going to do is I was just going to move these in like this. And I'm going to delete the text and replace it with the shrunk text. That's interesting. The original design was already asymmetric. Okay, so now that this is the size, I can probably just wedge it in there. I can replace that. Let's grab these. I can move that out of the way. I trust in my ability to. I wish this would remember what layer I was actually selecting from. Get that perfect. Now we need to fix all this text because it's been horribly malformed. Maybe I'll grab these, and we want to essentially use this as our template. And with that layer, let's paste this in. And we'll approximately center this. Looks about right. It's interesting how this O is not centered, and that's because the M is wider. And these will move in. It's probably close enough. I'll do a visual inspection to make sure that feels balanced to me. I probably want it to hew more toward feeling in than out. This also feels a little low to me. Doesn't quite feel centered right. I think we should optically center this, or center it actually mathematically. We'll use this as the root. It should be aligned to selection. Alright, so that's our template. And now we need to get rid of all these. Oh, interesting. Which has the distorted text. We also need to fix that while we're here. Copy. Paste. We'll align it to this. That'll be the... Why is it not... Align the bottom. Is it even working? Let me just check. Okay, so this one's clearly out of alignment. I have this multi-selection. Now if I select this one, that should be the key object. That's not doing crap. Why is that? Is it because I'm using... Yeah, okay. It's because I was using it in the direct select mode. So this is the key object. Center that to that. This, that's because this is inside here. This is a group. so we actually can't do it that way. Let's make it part of the actual group. Oh, no, that wasn't right. I wonder if this will actually work. No, select, key object, center. Okay, that did work. I was wondering if the background would end up drawing on top of it and ruining it. So that looks all correct. The spacing between these are about right. I think one nice thing about the new Illustrator is you can like zoom in really close. What I'm looking to see is this width and this height is the same. It's close enough. It's off by a little bit, but people probably won't notice. So, oh, that's interesting. Okay, so this should work. So now I'm just going to duplicate. That's going on. Oh, that actually isn't part of the group. Well, we can't have that. Is that working now? These aren't part of the group either. Okay, now it's all part of the group. So we're gonna bake a bunch of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think. This might be a little bit close to the edge. We can maybe steal some space. From this. This is, let's cut that. Let's shrink this in a bit. Maybe this much. Let's paste that back in. Center that. Let's make sure that this is in on the 1/5 area. Close enough. It might clip a little bit on the edge. Now we want to make sure that this is in. That's going to fit. And so now that's all set. We can use the distribute function. And we want to distribute spacing. Oops. But we had to make sure that these are all grouped up. Distribute spacing. Let's see. And actually we have, it looks like we have enough spacing. Does that look good? That looks good. And we can move them down a little bit because there's a little bit more space between these. What is that space? It looks like maybe 1.1 stroke. This is 1 point. So that's like 0.8 points across. Maybe it's 0.75 points. Yeah, it's about that. So what we'll do is we'll just move all of these down a bit. Yeah, things in the way. I have my key spacing set really tiny. Or I thought I did. What is it set to? It should be set to 0.01 points. No, it's actually set to 0.05 points, which is even better. Half a point. My visual sense is probably, or the other way to do it would be to actually nudge it up there and just move it down by 0.75 points. Minus 0.75 point. Oops, the other direction. 0.75. That's probably, most people probably won't see the difference. So weak num, that's all good. Let's make sure that these are in. Interesting. This is before I started using these inset. Or is it? No, I guess they're all the same. And these are not rounded corners either. These are the old style rounded corners. So I guess I had to do this manually. I wonder if it'll lock. Smart guides go. And this side needs to go here. Select. It's not quite lining up with the right thing. Good. And likewise, we need to move this whole thing in. What size is this? This is also 8 point. I can probably bring the tracking in a little bit. And I might as well fix the typography while we're here. It's not working? Oops. Okay, it doesn't look too bad. Let's move this in a little bit so it fits. And this can probably move over a little bit. You'll notice it's going slightly over this edge, but that's because visually it'll look better if I do that. It's not so bad. It's acceptable. What happened here, though? No, okay, it's just a rendering error. So then these things I need to move in. Is this actually at one line? It is. How did this get set up? Am I tabbing this? It looks like I can probably just move the whole thing. How is this working? Oh, I see. Should be able to do this and it not, yeah. It's a text field that's using tabs. So this is like a right justified tag here, so I can move this, change the width without screwing up the scaling. Can you change it to David say? It probably needs to come in a little bit. This probably needs to be a little bit closer to the less. I wonder how this will print. Okay, that looks alright. Although, since the print will cut off at this edge, this has to come in a little bit more. But by how much? So the specification said 0.2 inches in. Usually printers can handle 0.25 comfortably. Which is more like this. And so it might be able to handle there. That will be cut off. So we need to actually make this maybe, I'm going to say 0.3. And we'll see how that works. So that's the edge, 0.3, which is where we're going to move this. And that will be our reference point. Likewise on this side. Because this black bar is going to get cut off when it's printed, I think. Which means this is going to be a problem too. Well, one thing we can do, since I'm the designer, is I can change the text. So due by, or due date, we'll do due by, let's say. Just shifted that to... Okay, does that line up? That's... These are at 7 point. This is 8 point. Let's make that 7 point. I don't like how it's like just a little bit too big. And this should still be 7 point here. 7 point, 7 point. Now this is out of scale to the arrow. If I recenter it, it's probably okay. It's a little awkward still. I'll have to bring that in. That still looks awkward. Maybe I shrank it too much. Now that we have some room, though, we can maybe make this a little bit bolder. Maybe that'll help balance it. Oh, what happened here? Alright. Those are our boundary references. These should all otherwise be alright. Let's update these Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday. So the next thing we need to move this thing down too. I think we're gonna probably lose one of these tasks. This is more difficult than I thought it would be. Save this in case Illustrator wants to kill us. We need to move all this down. I'm going to remove the 7. It looks like we might even need to lose more than that. Let's move everything down. Is that everything that needs to move? Okay, I guess I can bring it up to around here. That feels more comfortable. Now we need to make sure we have room to move things up too. Let's move that into this place. We had to move this up. We have any hope of fitting in the job code reference. Don't want to reduce the spaces. I think I can move this up maybe a little bit. I think that what I'm worried about is that these will get cut off. And also, this space should be even. That's a little bit different. So this whole thing needs to rise up a bit. And actually, I guess we'll put it right about here. It's even. It might not be the same as the other spaces, but maybe that has to be an acceptable. I think actually I can move this all the way to the edge. Because it doesn't have the black issue here. And now we need to move all this stuff in. I'm not sure I'll be able to fit in the requested task progress tracker. endpoint is too, unless I redesign it. Why is that not aligned? I'll visually align it. There's logged, billable, overhead. Some manual adjustments here. I think I can move this in now. That she can stay. Oh, these are all 8-point. I can make these all 7-point now. Just to buy us a little more room. Looks alright. Now we need to move these in. Not sure how. And we also need to move, somehow get this thing to fit. And I think this is one of those things we could probably shrink it down a bit. Help. I think it'll still be okay. They were kind of a weird shape. Still kind of cramped in here. What's the alignment on this again? Also the top of this. Something like that. All right. Let's see what this looks like. I'll make a duplicate of this. Align this to where it's supposed to be. Cut it. Delete those. Paste the old one. Roughly get these all in place. 6 of them. And distribute. Now, so that should all fit. You don't need that anymore. So is there anything obviously that won't print correctly? I'm missing this. It's total time 15-minute increments. I think we might just have to leave that out. Let's take a look at that task order up. Let's see if we can wedge that in there. It might not be doable. I've already spent more time on this than I really had planned. How long has this been? About 53 minutes. Sure, I don't have battery juice on this yet. Good. Okay, I was trying to find my PTPT, but it's not showing up in my recent files list. Or it is, and I'm blind. So this is the whole thing that we want to try to get in there. I don't think it will fit. Let's take a look. It might go in there, but merge swatches. This is how big the damn thing is. That's not going to fit. I mean, unless you want the effort level, we can maybe make a more compact version of this. And It's going to be tiny. On the other hand, this card is designed for steps on a project and the total hours done. So the idea behind the task order up was to track effort against a single task that spanned multiple days during a week. And so you might not get it all done, but you want to have the total, which is what this is for. These are the individual subtasks that you do. Or actually, so like it might be Tuesday, and then this is the time that you've specified it. You can stick it up someplace so people know when you're going to do it. And then you could write down, okay, I did this, and I did this, and then I did this. So the effort maybe is more of a, I could probably just jam it somewhere in here. I could design something this is a 1, 2, 3 level effort thing. What we could do is maybe create an effort scale. Here you're filling them in. But we could just easily make some sort of bar chart, I think. So is this a rounded thing? Yeah, we don't want that. How is this rounding? Oh, it's a corner thing. That's not working anymore. That's weird. Why is the rounding thing going away now? Okay, I had to actually direct select it. So many weird, like, little modal things. So I had selected in path mode, maybe. So there's these little, I'm not sure why they're not showing up. This curvature is being created as a filter, I think. This is something they added in a later version of Illustrator. What was it called again? It was in a rounded rectangle or something like that. Stylize round corners. So it should show up as a graphic style here. Rounded rectangle. Corner radius. But there's an interactive control for it too that usually you can adjust. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make an effort bar. And I'm going to put it here. And I'm going to redesign this so it works with it. Oops. Maybe it'll look cool. So I kind of want it to look something like, what's the thickness of these? These are 0.5. Let's make this 0.5 as well. So it'll grow into it. I'm not sure if this will look good. 1, 2, 3. So that'll be our effort meter. Looks like crap so far. Probably what I want to do is, well, these inner ones will make. Alright, so let's get rid of these. Oops. And we'll make the brand new effort meter. One. And then we'll make it, we'll scale this whole thing up. How high should we scale it? That's a good question. I kind of want it to, I don't want to make it look huge. Make it something like this. And then we can put lines in between it. Like that. But we'll make these 0.25 dashed lines. We don't want that version. We want this version. And we want the dash to be 0.25. This is a feature that will break on what's going on here. The way I'm making these dashed lines will break on lesser. Why is it distorted looking? So you see that? That looks weird, doesn't it? There's another Adobe bug. There's a distortion on this. Render error, maybe. Let's try it again. No, that's just buggy. I'm going to assume it renders correctly. So we'll make this will be our new effort bar. Wish it wasn't so thick looking. It's like kind of a nice 0.25 about as thin as we can go on these lines. It doesn't look so bad at that, but maybe we'll just make a little more room for it and slide it down. Does it look weird? It does look weird. Doesn't look like it fits anymore. How do I fit this thing? How do I fit this into the design so it looks nice? Oh, okay. Maybe it'll look nice like this. If I just float it just above it, that could look good. And it's round. Oh, maybe not. So I put it right here. And let's round those corners. Let's give it a slight corner radius. Oops, too much. Oh, maybe that works. It's probably too small, though. We'll probably make it bigger. That's too much. Let's also round the corners less. Let's try point. I just want a little bit of rounding. 0.505. Preview. That's strange. There's 0. Here's 0.01. Here's 0.05. And let's get these visually lined up so they're roughly thirds. And I wonder how this would look if I just taper the inside a little bit. How come it's not showing up? Are there two of them here? What's going on with this? Are there two? No, there's just one. I guess the taper doesn't work. Oh, it's because it's the rounded rectangle filter. That's probably why. Probably isn't a lot. No, that should... No, wait, this is rounded rectangle, not round corners. That's why. It is always going to be a rounded rectangle. That's its existence unless I expand it. Here's a perspective option. So that could be our new effort. And I'm not sure the done check mark is doable. So, I'm not sure that's enough space. It looks like it'll print pretty small. It's about half the. It's about a little bit less than the height of the letter. There's no way you can like probably fill that in. And even these dashes have become too small. These marks, I'm gonna make these wider again. We'll make them wider to the edge. Okay. And I wonder if I can shrink these down. Let's try a different font. It's around 10 point. Do I need the leading zero? Probably not. Let's get rid of that. This is off. This is also 1, 2. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Give ourselves some white space. Now that'll look weird. Also, this alignment is no longer lining up with that. That's probably why that wasn't fitting before. But maybe just in the interest of space. No. Why compromise the design? We are here about the aesthetics. So that means we can bring this back in here. Like that. Of course, it gives us even less room. I'm not sure this effort thing is going to work. Seems awfully small. Let's scale it up a bit. We need to be at least the size of this feature, I think. We may not even need the surround on this. Maybe we just imply it. I like that idea. And instead of these dots, maybe we make little triangles. And then you circle how many there are. Or you fill those in. Oh, that could be hot. I like it. I even have a triangle here already. You have been recruited for an important mission. Oops. And I wonder if these were 0.25. Width. Can I bring these inside like that? This will be our new effort meter. In fact, they might actually look cool with the dividers there. So you can kind of fill one in. 1, 2. It's an interesting little, mysterious little nugget of stuff. Let's make that a little bigger. Let's distribute spaces between these. And center them. I think these can be slightly narrower. Alright, that's our new effort ranker. I don't think I need these middle ones. Or maybe I did. Actually, I guess I don't need them at all. Just need to adjust the spacing now so these look a little better. I screwed it up. Ugh. I'm gonna find the right spacing for that. And I think I'll make a little letter below it. No, that's interesting. E. That will stand for effort, or I can actually spell the word out. Effort. We're using Proxima Nova. Condensed, extra condensed light, maybe? It's maybe too large. This might be cool. This is a good. This might be a neat idea. I like this idea. This is one place where I can probably shrink this font. Although it does look goofy now. No, let's leave that out. We're in beeping noises. What's going on? Camera point secured. What is beeping? What is beeping? Alright, so I think this will be our new effort design. Can I squeeze a check mark in here somewhere? I guess I could. I think these... I don't think anyone actually uses these. with that, looking for like verticals used for alignment. Maybe we'll make a tiny checkbox. It'll look like this. What's the thickness of these? These are what thickness? These are 0.25. That's 0.5. I guess we could be funny and make a really tiny one. Although I think when people check stuff up, they actually like to see a big check mark, but I don't know. Maybe change this to the same line drawing style so I can align it with the bottom of this. And I guess we can make it the same height size as two of these. I'll put this over here. That would be our checkbox. It looks like it's higher though, doesn't it? It needs to optically come down to maybe here. This looks weird. Maybe there. No, that looks too big too. Let's shrink it down a bit. That's not a bad size. I think we can actually make this the same thickness. Oh, these are 0.75, aren't they? No, they're 0.5. Why does this look so much thicker? Just the way it renders. That'll be our checkbox. Maybe that should be down. Actually, it might be interesting if these were actually the same thickness. Let's see what it looks like. Well, now they get filled in. Let's move this down. See if we can get sort of a good rhythm going. What now? What? I can't hide the selection box. Select, view. I don't want to see the selection box. There's a way of turning that off. Smart guys, we do want on. Show slices. Show hide bounding box. Because that's better than nothing. There we go. That looks about right there. And then this side. I think that actually does need to be a little thinner. But it's probably going to be something weird like 0.3. I can see the difference though. Doesn't really seem like a checkbox though. And these are the kind of things I obsess about. I don't like it. I'm going to get rid of it. If you want to check something off, you can check it off a different way. Or maybe someone has an idea on how to make that look better. Alright, so that's going to be our new line format. That's the new effort bar. This is probably as good as it's going to get. Let me clean this up and export this as a PDF. Guess I can get rid of the bleed areas. Just so it looks clean when we're exporting it. Switch it to this. Oops, that's not what we want. Yeah. This side looks okay. Looks okay. Task deliverable. Let's put these in. They can come out a little bit. Because if it gets clipped, that's actually good. Same with these. Oh, what happened here? That's weird. It's important to include enough space between your objects so you can tell what is grouped with what's. I'm not sure why these are not lined up right. 1, 2, 3. I feel Illustrator wanting to crash at me. 1, 2, 3. Let's revise these. Oops, I didn't group that right. Let's make sure this entire thing is grouped correctly. Group. I guess we'll just redraw that. So we're getting about 6 of these. I shouldn't have deleted that last one. I had to realign everything. The bottom of this needs to go to the bottom of, right about to there. And I need to align this so the bottom of this. That's really close. This just needs to come up a bit. I can re-spread these. Alright, that should be the new one. Hopefully this will print on Doug's printer correctly. So how long was this? It's been an hour, about 90 minutes. Which ordinarily would be, I don't know, what for this type of modification work, it's like what? I guess I'd charge a significant discount. And is the top of that aligned correctly? Nope. It should be right around here. And let's hide this guide. So hopefully that prints. What is this? I can merge these layers down now. You don't need that layer anymore. Let's read the artwork. Alright, so there's the new one. Black and white. The spacing's screwed up. Spacing's kind of screwed up. We can actually get a little space back at the top, I think. Let's make sure that these... That's too much. This whole thing is... Nope. What I don't particularly like is the way that without the faux bleed design, you have this kind of weird inset thing happening. But maybe I can fix that by trying to align the text so it's kind of okay looking. Let's see. I can probably even come out a little bit more. Let's get these so be visually aligned. And this weak nub is... Ideally, that's maybe what I want to go for. Oops, I don't want to do that. See if we can align on weak nub. So it's going to be approximately there. We do the optical alignment. The thing, lining up T's is interesting because you don't want to... You need to bring them in just a little bit. W's are weird too. Okay, that's as good as it's going to get. Let's make sure that this side is the same. Now it's whacked and weird again. Oh, it's because I have bounding box turned off. View bounding box. And we make that approximately the same. So I'm using that much space there. About the same space there. This looks a little bit low to me now. Looks a little better. It's still low. That's a little better. This height should be the same as that height. Did I screw that up? Just approximate it. It looks like it's different. No, it's about the same. Optical illusion. Alright, there's the new one. Let's put some Doug Anger Patreon condition. It's like making some last minute spacing adjustments. Just want everything to look nice and purposefully spaced. So now that I've moved that, I can probably move this down a bit. And I can probably move the whole thing up a little. Everything here up goes up a little bit. Just give it a little more relief down here. These spacing, this looks much more packed than that. I probably can move this down even a little bit. I'm trying to get this space to look a little bit even with that space. Even if it's not close. It's probably close enough. Alright. We're going to call that done. I'm going to export a PDF. Export. Can I do that? Oh, it's in Illustrator you save as. Save a copy. I need a folder called out. And we are saving this as a PDF. And we are going to export this at press quality Oh, I need to update some document information first. File info. Is there any here? Hello? Oh no, Illustrator's crashing on me. Or it's unable to show me the dialog box. Yeah, it's screwing up on the multi-screen. Quality. It's not even. It's nowhere on the screen. Where did it go? It's just crapping out on me. Somewhere on the screen there's a window, a little dialog box that's locking out Illustrator from working, and it's not showing anywhere. It's probably behind this window. Junk. Where is it? Oh wait, was that it? File info. Oh. Alright. That's stupid. It popped up on the other window, but it was it was like this. It was the size of this little dot. And so I didn't notice. I flicked it in the corner of my eye. So I just need to make sure that, oh, this stuff isn't here. Copyright notice. My copyright notice is where? I think I even have a copyright link. Let's edit this page. No. Copyright. So how do I make the little copyright symbol? TM. Copyright symbol. There. I can just paste it in here probably. Woohoo, go Unicode. Document. The task order up. Description writer. Author title. What is an author title? Oh, that's, what is description writer? This is a designed for 1-up printing on 3x5-inch media with 0.2 inch unprintable area on the edges. E.g. most home printers. Okay. Now I can export this. Save as a PDF. To the out folder. Save. Oh, that file info should now be in there. Oops. Or it should be. Oh wait, that's the summary. We want to save this as smallest size file because we don't want any of that stuff in there. We don't need marks and bleeds because this is for 1UP. It should be all right. Subset. Oh, we need to actually. Yeah. Oh, this is not interactive, so oops. I just canceled it by accident. Damn it. I do all that again. PDF, save, smallest file, save. Alright, I have no idea how this will print. I don't have 3.5 card media to print on. So we will just drop this off onto Patreon. And see what people think. Yeah, I think this is going to be our... I'll be curious if it works. We did have to lose one line, but I think overall it's going to work. Maybe I could even get that, put that text back in. Yeah, let's do that. We don't need this anymore. But we need that other file. Wasn't it? How come there's a copy? Oh, that's the PDF I saved. Did I actually put copy in the title? Damn it. Open, recent. There's the original one. I'll copy this. I'll paste this in here. Oh, look, the transfer was screwing up. Let's try that again. Save a copy. Use a shortcut that time. Out. We're at this. Let's move this to trash. Because we don't want that copy in there. Save. Default. Smallest file size. Save. There's our file. And I think that's it. So about an hour and 38 minutes. Maybe 90 minutes. Now I can also include this with the post on Patreon. So there it is, Doug. I hope this works out for you. This might not. Well, I don't know. We'll see. This is. If you go by billable time, you got a good deal for your $25. Because ordinarily this would be a billable design project. But the goal is to just do more of these things, and I'm really grateful for having this kind of support. The connection, I think, with people who are using the stuff is worth far more than whatever I'm charging for this. So I'm not even going to think about that anymore. I am very happy. Okay, so thanks for watching, and I will post this on the Patreon soon. It will be... I don't know. It will be a Patreon-only thing, I think. But I'll post the video so people can see it. So enjoy. Talk to you later.